It's recording now. And well, I mean, this is our second podcast of TurnBased.
Hey,
Yay!
welcome to TurnBased, and we have a special guest, Xerenite. Over here. I don't even know
Xerenite!
where your webcam's gonna be. I think it's down here.
Down here, yes, at the bottom.
Oh, down here, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
welcome to the podcast.
take it away, Vanessa.
Oh yeah. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself?
So my name is Wei. I'm from Toronto. I work as an actor and a stunt woman in real life. But I also stream on Twitch. So yeah.
Yeah. So I met you through Twitch. And then I followed your Twitter and I was like, oh man, she's a stunt woman. And the first video I saw was you with your sword. And I was like, dude, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen. I mean, I'm pretty sure you get that a lot, but I was like, that is so cool.
Thank you.
I don't remember what style it was. My dad is like, oh, wushu. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
so
dad would
martial
probably
arts.
tell me. Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been training since I was 8 years old now. And yeah,
Oh,
it's been
wow.
quite a while.
8?
Oh, that's cool.
8 years
Wow.
old, yeah.
So did you just get into that because you had an interest in it, or did your like dad do it first, or do you have like a
So
family
I used to watch a lot of martial arts movies as a kid. And then because of that, I was always like, oh my God, I want to be like a movie star or an action star, just like Jackie Chan, just like Jet Li. So then I found a place with my parents to train at. And that was when I was 8 years old. It's actually a funny story because they were trying to put me into math camp because I was really bad at math.
Oh man, the Asian parents at the
Yeah, the
math
Asian
camp.
parents.
Oh my God. Am I the only one good at math here?
Yeah.
I suck at math. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at math.
No, it's a total myth that all Asians are good at math. It's a total myth. But the guy running the math camp knew a martial artist who ran a school. So he basically sent me there for a free trial for 3 months. And then it's just been continuous since then.
Oh, that's so cool. So you already knew that you wanted to be a stunt person when you
Not so much
started.
stunts. I wanted to be more of an actor, kind of like I guess I was inspired by Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Donnie Yen, all the actors. Even like Zhang Zi is not a martial artist; she's a dancer, but she picked up martial arts just like that as an actor.
Can you dance?
And she did amazing on film. Sorry.
Can you dance?
Do I dance? No, I'm actually not a dancer. I can't.
Yeah, I can't do anything either.
It's technically a dance, though. I mean, when I was watching the video, I was like, it's kind of like dancing. It's very artistic, very creative. So there's a lot of like with dance and with martial arts, it's very technical as well.
Yeah, and the basic foundations are very strict in the type of martial arts I do. So there could be something as small as like keeping your fingers together. And like if you open your fingers, it's bad. If your fingers are bent, you always have to keep your fingers like straight posture, and like your fist always has to be consistent. So it's like for dancing, I find it's more freestyle, and you can do whatever you want with your body. But martial arts, you have to always have good posture, or your legs have to be straight when you kick, and it's like just very specific. Because I also compete, so I'm currently part of Team Canada. Well, other than COVID happening, but I have been representing Canada for many years at world tournaments now.
That's awesome. Very cool. Very multi-talented.
Yeah, I know, right? Must be nice.
When did the gaming get in there? So how did gaming get in there for you?
I've always been playing games since I was a kid. So I think the very first game I've ever played was Final Fantasy VII.
My brother would let me play it because we had 2 separate PlayStation. What did it come out? PS1 it came out on? We had 2 separate PlayStation 1s, and the brother this little older than me, he broke our PS1, so my oldest brother kept the PS1 and he didn't allow us to play like anything on his. So
didn't want you guys breaking.
I never played Final Fantasy VII as a kid. I didn't play it until like recent and stuff. So yeah.
So the remake was the first one you played, huh?
I actually went back to like the PSN store. I played the 7 Classic before remake came out because my friend told me to, and I was like, okay, let me try it out. And I'm glad I did because I can feel the difference within Midgar is, you know, and like how much different it was. And I was like, oh, yo, that's hot. You know, that Will Smith meme. Oh, that's hot. But yeah, that was pretty sick.
So the remake was beautiful.
Oh,
yeah, the remake is super awesome. And talking about 7, I saw your Tifa cosplay. And I was like, oh.
Oh my God.
Damn. Dude, I will simp for any Tifa cosplayer, okay?
Yeah,
like
same.
I'm probably friends with like a ton of the Tifa cosplayers in the community over here. and I freaking love Tifa cosplayers, and you rocked it very, very
Oh,
well.
thank you.
So, I mean, you have the Tifa hair going too.
Oh, I
Did you
actually use a
use?
wig for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I had to use a wig for
Oh,
it because I find if you use your real hair for cosplay, it doesn't give the same effect as like that
yeah,
anime voluminous, like
yeah.
beautiful
That's a nice
long
word.
hair, you know.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
so
What
I
is
actually used a wig
like?
for it.
Oh, gotcha. Like the
Hmm.
shampoo commercials, the voluminous ones. What is that? Herbal
Yeah,
essence?
herbal essences, yeah, where they like wave their
What
hair
are you
around, yeah.
two? Oh my god. Okay. Well, a question of my own. Where did the name Xerenite come from? How did you come up with
Serenite?
that name? Yes.
Oh, so it's kind of a mix up of the word Serenity and Kryptonite. So I used to play another
Oh,
game called Ragnarok Online, and I had a guild called Serenity.
oh, it's
So
nice.
so
Oh,
Yeah.
and I don't know if you guys watch Digimon or not, but like when I used to watch Digimon, it was like, you know, there was like that, I forgot her name was, I think her name was Mimi, and then her sign was Serenity, and they were always like, Serenity means friendships. So
oh
I was
my
like,
god. I
I would
forgot
make
you're
a
an actor.
guild called Serenity, right?
Mm.
And then Kryptonite is like the weakness, Superman's weakness. So I was like, maybe I could make like a Serenity is like friendship is my weakness, and that's how Serenite came to be. It's ultra
That's a
cheesy.
good one.
It's super
That's
cheesy,
funny.
but that's basically how it came to be. And the X is just because, oh, let's just throw an X in because I'm a kid and X's look cooler than S's. That's basically it.
No, that's a good story. That's a good story. That like a lot of people just for me, I kind of mine was just like a old nickname, but that's cool that you have like a story behind it.
Do you
And
like
like
fruitcakes?
RO. Yeah, well, okay, so
Oh my.
I didn't know that like the Christmas fruitcakes, I didn't know what those were. When I thought of
Mhm.
like fruitcake, I thought of like the Japanese like fruitcakes with like the fruit on top and like the strawberries
Ah, okay.
inside. That's what I thought. And then I remember someone going on my stream and they're like, "Oh, you like Christmas fruitcakes?" And I was like, "What is that?" Like I was
What
like,
is
"What?"
that?
I was like, "What Christmas fruitcakes?" And then I found out it's like the most disgusting thing. It's like bread with raisins or something. I don't like raisins. I don't like raisins.
Yeah, pass
Raisins
on
are
raisins.
yeah.
I love
So
raisins. I
are
like
you
I
like
like
raisins.
raisins now.
I like raisins.
oh,
In
okay, Regan.
case, raisins are pretty good.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, for some reason I don't like raisins, but anyways, talking about games, what are your top like 5 games that you've played
Yo, that's
before?
hard.
Honestly,
Yo.
that's a pretty tough question, but Final Fantasy VII is definitely in there just because it's very nostalgic for me. It's built like, I guess, the foundation of the type of games I like. Kingdom Hearts is also like a big genre, like a big group of games that I really like. I like all the Kingdom Hearts games and then all the Final Fantasy games too. So it's kind of tough to say. And I really like Persona games. Persona is also
Yo,
Oh, he's a
Persona? All
Persona
right,
man,
steps
this
aside,
guy.
Vanessa.
amazing.
So, which is your favorite Persona game out of I'm assuming you've played 3 through 5, maybe?
5. I would say 5 is probably
Ooh,
my favorite.
all right.
Yeah.
Who's the true
Right.
The
waifu in 5?
music is so good in Persona. They did a really, really good job with the music.
Oh my god, I play the music in my Dragon Ball videos literally like every single day. Like the soundtrack is
Yeah.
so good.
It
Not
doesn't get demonetized
DMC
either.
Oh, no, game music is pretty. It's fine for the moment, of course. But yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, and that's I
For
can kind of get over
now.
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really because I really wanted Vanessa to play Persona 5 because I know she would like the
It's
game.
so good. You should totally play.
The only thing,
It's so long though.
yeah, because
Oh.
I don't think she does well with like super long games and stuff.
No,
because-
Really? I
Yeah.
powered through it in like 2 weeks, but I literally did nothing but play the game for 2 weeks.
Like even
I
at
was a
certain
Monster
point, I
Hunter.
even stopped streaming the game to finish it because when you have like the phases when you're mementos or at someone's palace, and then you have that kind of slow
You have
phase
to
to where you
finish
have a
it.
lot of
You have
dialogue.
to
And
you can't just like stop halfway. You have to go through.
oh
all
no,
the way.
I beat the game like 3 times. I just never finished it in stream. I love Persona.
Oh. Yeah,
He
and that's the
loves
thing about
Persona.
streaming though. I find if it when it comes to streaming, I can't play a game like Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts or Persona on stream because I want to legit just zone into the
Yeah.
game and enjoy it, right? Because when you're streaming and you're reading chat at the same time, it's kind of hard to zone into the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
100%.
Especially if
Yeah.
something's like story heavy and you kind of don't want to
Mhm.
miss like
Yeah.
details and stuff. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
very
I
true.
find I miss everything.
So what game do you like streaming most of the time?
Sorry, say that again.
What game do you usually like to stream most of the time?
I've mostly been streaming games that have any kind of multiplayer aspect of it. So Monster Hunter was the first game that I started streaming when I started streaming in January. So it was always Monster Hunter, and then of course there's an open session, so you can have like 16 people come into your session and play together. And then I guess like after Fatalis came out and there wasn't really any more things to do in the game, we switched to Genshin. So Genshin, I personally was a little bit iffy about Genshin. I didn't really want to stream it because of the whole gacha aspect of it. And I was like, this is a mobile game. There's no way this game is going to be good. But then my whole community was like, you got to play it. It's really good, right? It's like, it's a fun game. You can still play. You can still be free to play and it's still fun. And I'm just like, okay, fine. I'll give it a try, right? So I gave it a try. It was actually... It kind of blew my mind because it was actually a pretty fun game to play, and the art is beautiful, and the husbandus and waifus, and
Right?
not to mention, you have your community kind of forcing you to do roles by donating to you. They're like, okay, go here, roll. You gotta do some polls.
That's fun. Very interactive, right?
Yeah, and it's nice, but I mean, I can see where the hype comes from doing the polls because it's very, I guess it's kind of like gambling. I personally don't gamble in real life, so I don't normally do stuff like this, but I can understand why the community gets really hyped about it.
I was gonna say I don't until I pick up a phone and play my Dragon Ball game. That's when I gamble.
No.
But
Rico's all about the gacha games, man.
but I try to limit myself.
He has like 2 or 3 gacha games that he plays.
Okay, I limit myself to my Dragon Ball game and Genshin Impact. Okay, so it's like I know how bad it can get. I've had a phase where I've played maybe 4 or 5 gachas at once, and I spent much money. I would not say how much I spent, but like it's just a lot. And it's like, okay, I have to calm down. I set myself a limit for Genshin. I don't go over this amount for every banner. And Dragon Ball Legends is kind of like, well, I don't stop spending until I get what I want. So I got a limit for Genshin at least.
You don't realize how much you're spending until you look at your credit card statement and you're just like, oh my gosh.
That is true. That's why I don't play gacha games, man, because I know I'll be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah, I definitely understand that.
What's your favorite genre to play then? Do you play horror games at all?
No.
Okay, I think she's worse than me. I honestly think she's worse than me.
I'm terrible when it comes to horror games. Like if I play a horror game, even if I just watch somebody else playing a horror game, if I see like any kind of creepy face or something, some kind of jump scare that really sticks, I won't sleep for like a week. I won't be able to sleep. Like, when you go to the bathroom, you have to like wash your face. I'll be that person that washes my face with one eye open and then I'll
Dude, that happened to me when I first saw, I think it was The Ring or The Grudge, where the girl can. That did get me, and I would like keep my eyes open while I shower. And I'm like trying not to get soap in my eye, and then
it's the worst feeling. And then I think there was a scene, I didn't watch the movie, I just heard about it, but I heard there was also another scene where like you're under the blanket and then she's under the blanket with you.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh my god,
that's usually the safe haven, hiding under your blanket, right? It's like, no, the horror movie says no, that's not true. You can still,
there's no safe blanket here. No safe place. But
I've never watched a horror movie in my whole entire life. Like I've avoided them up until Twitch happened. I've avoided horror because I've allowed my community to redeem for me to play horror games, and I've played 2 or 3 on stream so far. And yeah, they were all not very pleasant.
Which games were they?
Did you play? Yeah.
I played, well, the first one I played was Little Nightmares, which I know a lot of people are probably going to say that's not really a horror game, but it was a horror game to me.
Hey, that counts. Little Nightmares.
It was creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, the animations, the pictures look really cute, but when you play, it's the audio that really gets me, the jump scares.
Yeah.
And the second game I played was Visage, so a huge difference from
I heard about that one.
Yeah.
I spent probably about 3 hours in the pause menu during that stream, so I couldn't play.
For the content, though.
It was way too scary for me. And then I played Phasmo as well. And Phasmo is honestly not as bad because it's multiplayer and you just follow your friends around, but it's still bad. That one got me for like probably a week of no sleep.
So a question. Oh wait, would you have a question?
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I can understand that with phasmophobia because it's like, I'll go in, it's like, okay, I'll lead the way, let me find the room, and then when the ghost actually shows up, I'm screaming all over the place, all the time.
You're just like, let's go, guys, and then by the end, like towards the end of that mission, you're just like, I don't want to do this no more.
Yeah. That and the first time I played Phasmo, it was in VR. So that was even worse.
Oh,
You are
It
a
was
brave
even worse.
soldier.
No, it wasn't by choice. Trust
I'm
me.
sorry.
It wasn't by choice. It was because of the community. So, yeah, one of my viewers actually redeemed for me to play it specifically in VR, and no, never again.
Never.
Never again.
So you started on Twitch recently, right? This year, right?
late January-ish, early February.
Okay. What made you get into Twitch?
Honestly, it was one of my friends in real life because I've never really watched or been on Twitch until this year. I didn't know what it was, and then one of my friends basically just recommended it because he was like, "Hey, well, you play games all the time, so why don't you just stream it? Because like some people actually make a living off of it." And I was trying to look for work at the same time because acting and stunts is a very how shall I say this? Inconsistent source of income. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'll work like a few times a year. Sometimes some years will be great, some years will be like really, really bad. So it goes up and down. And someone was like, well, if you're not doing anything, you might as well just stream on Twitch and just, give it a try. So I was really surprised because I thought Twitch would be more like a YouTube kind of thing where people are just coming in and they're just like bashing on you and roasting you for everything you did. But actually, the community on Twitch was great. Everybody's really supportive and wholesome. You might get a couple trolls here and there, but I mean, it's not anything compared to the YouTube community.
Yeah, I'd
So
rather not.
it's been really enjoyable for me so far.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you know Yoshi, but he's also another stunt actor that also started Twitch. So I kind of understand. Like, yeah. We should
What's
always.
his name?
His is Yoshi Sudarso. I think.
No,
is
I don't
his
think I know
Twitch.
him. I've never.
So
heard of him.
he was the Blue Ranger in
Oh,
Power
that's so cool.
Rangers, and
Wait, what?
his brother Peter ended up being the next Blue Ranger on the next season as
Oh,
well.
that's really cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they both
I
do
didn't know that.
stunts, and now they both stream. And that'd be, oh man, we should totally just get all three of you in here just to talk about the whole stunt scene because you are in Canada.
Mhm.
So I wonder how that scene is compared to LA because they're LA based. So I wonder
Yeah.
how that would be, how the difference is. Did you
Oh,
ever
yeah.
have you ever traveled like outside the country for doing that?
Not the country. I've worked in Toronto and Vancouver, and that's about it. I haven't moved to the US because we have unions and I don't know I know the US and Canada have a union, so there's SAG in US and then there's ACTRA in Canada. So I'm covered under ACTRA to work in Canada, but I don't know how it works in other countries, so I haven't really traveled for it.
Oh, okay. That'd be interesting. So have you ever been to the US?
Of course, yeah, to visit, not to work though, to visit, to compete because I travel a lot for competitions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, nothing else really. Maybe shopping because you guys have great deals in the US for Black Friday.
Oh man, for Black, you guys have, oh yeah, that's right. Do you guys have Black Friday in Canada?
We kind of recently got Black Friday, but it's not as big as it is in the US. The sales are nowhere near compared to what you guys have.
People get crazy too.
Oh yeah,
scary.
I was in Manhattan 2 years ago for Black Friday, and yeah, I saw people fighting over merchandise. It was pretty crazy and scary.
Yeah, I just hibernate at home, man. I'll shop online. I don't want to.
Yeah,
see
that's
people.
what I do for the most part. I mean, I don't go out anyway, so it's like I just buy stuff on Amazon or whatever the website may be.
I do both.
Yeah.
I mean, I like seeing people too. I like interacting with people. I like having conversations with. And it's gonna sound kind of weird. I like having conversations with strangers.
Oh, that's
Yeah, just
That's
like,
actually certainly interesting. Definitely. I don't go out a lot of my area. I mean, all of my friends are in the West Coast anyway. Most of them, like 99.9% of them. So it's like, I mean, I know like one person in Michigan. That's about it. So I mean, other than like visiting my parents, I don't really have a real reason to go out. I don't really know anyone here.
Even before COVID?
Yeah, even before COVID, I never left my house.
Oh,
I literally just do YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, Twitch.
There's a reason why we call Riku Patrick Star because he literally lives under a rock.
Oh.
It's like a running joke. There's a lot of things he's never done. So when he came to visit me, we pretty much took him everywhere just so that he can experience a bunch of like food and like activities.
Oh my gosh, yeah, food. You should
it was so fun.
Go out for food, right?
I've been to a lot of different places like KBBQ. I've been to You took me to some Mexican restaurant on my last day
Oh
there.
yeah, it was like a taco place.
Yeah, it was like a taco
Like a fresh
place,
taco place,
authentic.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. She
Yeah,
took
but
me
you guys
like
have some really good food in California. The last time I went to California, like food was amazing.
I remember this
Yeah.
one ramen shop in LA. I have horrible for some reason I have horrible memory, but I remember this place. So because I went there twice before I left. That's when I went to Anime Expo. The place was called Ramen Tatsunoya. And oh my God, it had really good noodles there. I was like, I've been there twice before I left. It was so good, dude. I'm gonna
Needs to be
remember
their
this place.
Mm.
Spokesperson, face of ramen.
Oh. Yeah, ramen's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. And she took me to Jollibee as well. That's
Oh, nice.
And Jollibee.
Yeah, we have that here too. We have Jollibees here too.
Oh really?
Ooh,
Yeah, I
nice.
love the peach mango pie is probably
Oh yeah.
thing at Jollibees.
Yeah. Pretty much. So with streaming, what was the hardest thing for you when you started streaming?
Hardest in what aspect?
Like maybe like a skill you had to learn, like maybe getting started, maybe talking to. I know for a lot of people when they started streaming, it was hard to talk to kind of like an empty room because you don't start off with a lot of viewers. So sometimes it's hard to play off of that energy in chat because there's nothing going on.
Oh yeah.
Or was that really easy for you?
I think I was very lucky in that sense. I had some friends that started with me, like supporting my channel and watching me because before I started streaming on Twitch, a few of my friends were also already playing games with the same games that I was streaming. So they would be in my chat talking to me, which boosted me because I think the hardest part is to get past that 10 viewer point. And then after that, you're more, what's the word for it? Noticeable for viewers who are scrolling through the game category. Like people will see you, right? Whereas when you're at 0 at the bottom and nobody's lurking or giving you a view count, it's a lot harder. So I always had about 3 to 5 people watching, and then from there, I like from what people have told me on Twitch, they said I grew very quickly, which is I'm not really sure why, to be honest.
Yeah, when you say you started this year, I was shocked.
Yeah, but no, trust me, it's come such a long way because when I first started, it was a very basic stream. There was no overlays. It was just literally that little camera in the corner and like a scuffed little Razer headset mic. It was like sounded like I was talking in a container. So basically everything, I guess my mindset going into streaming is if I'm going to go into streaming to go all in. So I'm going to always put 100% into growing different types of content, or even just my scenes on my stream. Like I have like basically escalated emotions, right? So if I'm feeling something, I can click a button on my stream deck and that would show like music and like a zoom in, face zoom in, and like special effects and stuff to try to amplify the effect, right? So, and I would usually watch my VOD after every single stream and just basically ask myself, would I watch myself if I was like scrolling through Twitch? If I see this on a stream day, would I chat with this person? And I would go through my analytics like after every single stream when I first started. And yeah, I guess like that's how I just try to improve. Even now, I still do it. I still go through my VODs. If something happened during the VOD where I see a view count drop at a certain point, I go and see what happened at that point of the stream, and so on. Yeah.
I do want to chime in on that. I was gonna say, Vanessa, when you first rated her, I didn't know she streamed or something because a good friend of ours, Wizzy, would like add us in a lot of Monster Hunter posts for like him, cool finishes and stuff. And I saw her name. I was like, oh, cool, she's an Asian. Let me follow her. So no. So I was like, okay. When you hosted her, I was like, wait, don't I follow her on Twitter already? And then, I was just sticking around in the stream and she was just like doing this and this with the stream deck and just all these effects, like with the freaking Doki Doki sound effect. I'm like, dude, I kind of added my videos like this. Wait a minute.
After the stream I did after I rated you, my whole chat was just like, the last girl you rated was so funny. She was so entertaining. Yeah. So I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we were even in a Discord call. Remember, we were, and I was telling you, I was like, dude, Xerenite is hilarious. Where did you find her? Like,
thank you guys.
That's good. That's good that you look at what you can improve, because I think a lot of the people who succeed in stuff are the ones that aren't complacent. They always try and like improve themselves and learn something new and make it better.
Yeah.
So that's good that you do that. I think that's a good advice, actually. If that were to be an advice, would that be the one, or do you have like other advice to give?
It depends what people are trying to do. So if they want to eventually turn this into a full time, I'm gonna be straight up honest, it's very difficult to actually turn this into a full time, especially if you haven't been streaming for that long. Most of the people who are full time streamers now have been doing this for years and years and years. And there are also streamers who I know who have been streaming for over 6 years and they still haven't even hit partner yet, right? So I mean, it's a struggle. It's very stressful, and I'm like fully honest with you guys. Like this is a vulnerable thing for me. Staring at your view count can be very like demotivating, right? So if you see your view count is low that day, you like my energy feels lower. But then it's really hard. Like it's something that I've personally been trying to overcome, because I'm still trying to work for a partner too, right? I guess everybody is also always has a goal, always have a goal in mind. Always try to keep a positive mindset, because as soon as you don't, it really shows on camera. And I guess this is also kind of for me as an actor too, because I am in front of a camera for work a lot. It really shows. Like it all really is your eyes tell a million stories, you know. So if someone's looking in your eyes, they can tell. If you're smiling, sometimes someone can still see that you're not happy, right? And this goes for some of my friends who stream too. If I drop by their stream and I know they're having a bad day, you can see it in their face. You can see it's very obvious they're not happy while they're streaming, and their view count isn't great, because I think people vibe towards anything that makes them smile, anything that gives them a positive vibe. That's what usually has people stick around in my community. If that makes sense. I can't English right
No,
now.
that's true. Like,
I was gonna say I do have advice for that as far as the whole view count thing. So for me, I know it doesn't bother me as much. One thing I started doing is on the Streamlab OBS or even on the browser, I just turn off the viewers so I won't see them on the viewers. I just click it and it'll show nothing.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
I
this is
just
like a
stream that
struggle
way.
I went through while I was growing. Yeah, because it's always been like, you know, sometimes I think, and I've applied for partner 3 times now. I got rejected the first 2 times, and the first time I applied, they took I think almost 3 months to respond. So, and my view count was very consistent at that time, and it was over all their requirements. So I thought it would have been a good sign, but it was like, I think that was probably the biggest hit for me in terms of mentality, where I was just like, okay, like, you know, you're up here and then all of a sudden you get rejected, you're down here. It's kind of like when you
I
get
know
rejected
how
from
that feels.
from that first boy, you know, that you think is gonna
I
go
want to
with
chime
you
in for
when
a
he
second,
doesn't.
Xerenite. So I actually had the same conversation with Vanessa last year, because I remember Vanessa, I came to your stream and I told you how I got rejected again for partnership. And then you were saying the whole time like, oh man, you should have been gotten partnership and blah blah blah. Like I told you the stories of that, how, you know, oh man, I'm still waiting 4 or 5 months. They rejected me again. Like I got accepted this year, but I've been applying like all throughout last year. Like I've got rejected so many times because of that consistent viewer count, you know, per stream and whatnot. So Xerenite 100% understand that. Like I've been there and
it's
done
tough.
that.
It's tough. But I
It
think
really
like what
is.
we need to focus on is just remember all the things that you have gained from your stream, because I'm pretty sure that like 90% of us on Twitch probably feel the same way, where we're very down about the fact that we can't get partner, or that we can't get past that 10 view count, or anything along that line, right? There's always something that's going to be bothering somebody on Twitch. But I think as long as you keep a positive mentality, think about all the people we've met, the relationships we've built on Twitch. I mean, if I was on Twitch, I wouldn't have met you guys, right? So I mean, like it's worth something, right? It's you've still gained from. So I guess focus on the positive things that you've gained on Twitch, not the negative. And then that's what's helped me mostly get through and continue to push through on streaming on Twitch, right? Because I used to think to myself, like, why am I streaming so much on Twitch? Like, what am I gaining out of this? And you kind of think to yourself, like, you know what? I met some pretty good friends on Twitch so far. And like my mods have been very supportive. My community has been very supportive. And everyone's like, oh, when are you going to stream next? You know, like even some viewers that send me messages and say, hey, you know what? Thank you for streaming on Twitch, because watching your stream helps me brighten up my day, and I was having a bad day, but then I watched your stream and I feel better now. And you know what? Even that is super rewarding. That is so rewarding as a streamer for me.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. I think for me personally, it's definitely the community. Like I enjoy even when I'm having a bad day, I know that when I start streaming, my day's gonna get better. Just because especially the community that you've built, especially if you've built like a very positive one and everyone's just really chill. Yeah, it's the best thing. I think the community is like the best thing that can come out of like Twitch, because we all game I don't know if all of us like do it like play multiplayer games, but I know people who play a lot of multiplayer games. That whole aspect of making friends, that's like the base of it. That's like the core of it. That's why I play games. I love just making friends through just playing the games that I enjoy. So that's really cool that
for sure.
and even knowing your community, even just like staying in your chat for or even lurking, I can sense like the kind of community that you have is very like chill and very fun and bubbly because you are that as well. You know what I mean? For me, I think it's very like I think a streamer's community is almost kind of like a mirror of how they are personally. You know, like their personality. So like if you're a very chill person, you kind of attract very chill, people as well. And so I enjoy your community. I like lurking in there sometimes.
I just like to make people laugh, really. And also I find streaming on Twitch really helped me build my confidence as an actor as well. Because before there were times where I would be told to do certain things in a script and I'm like, that's kind of cringy. Like, I don't really want to do that. It's embarrassing. But now I'm just like, okay, sure, let's just do it. So like, it's definitely helped me in being less insecure about myself. And now I have no more shame after streaming on Twitch.
I have zero shame. I will ooh myself to the grave. I have no shame. Zero.
So, going back to, sorry, we're kind of skipping through like topics here. Fine. That's how my brain works. I don't know why, but
no, you're
going
fine.
back to your stunt work, I'm very curious. What is probably the most interesting thing you've had to do with acting?
Interesting thing.
It could be something crazy. It could be something funny.
With acting or with stunts though?
Either or. Acting, stunts.
With stunts, I had this. Okay, so the scariest thing I've ever had to do on stunts, or the most interesting thing I should say, I was doubling for a role on a movie that is not released yet, so I can't say what it is. But basically, what they had me do was I was on a wire and I had to jump off. I would say it's about 2 stories. So it was off a very high platform. And I'm personally, as a stunt person, I'm afraid of heights.
Same.
So I had to kind of just get over this mentality of being afraid and just jump, right? And just know that the person would hopefully catch me, because on the other side of that wire is a person holding it, and they have to basically pull before you hit the ground. And if they did it, you basically just go splat.
Splat? Oh my god!
That was probably the most interesting thing for me. It's like taking that leap of faith. It's like you're just gonna jump out, because the stunt was
mental boundary that you have to jump.
It was super scary, because and that wire always has it always has to have tension. So when it was pulling, like I'm basically off a balcony like this, trying not to be pulled forward, and that wire is pulling already because it has to be tight, or else if there's slack, then there would be issues, right? So I'm trying to push myself to not fall off the ledge, and I'm just looking down like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
And they were like, okay, wait, you ready? I'm like, yeah. Okay,
just go for it. 3, 2,
1, action. And the action was to basically break through a window. So to break through like this, in a Superman pose kind of thing, and then land in a Superman pose. So
Xerenite the superhero.
It was a little bit scary. It was, but then after doing it, and I think this goes with life lessons as well. Is you're always afraid to do something that you're not comfortable with, but once you do it over and over again, you practice. It becomes more comfortable, because after I did it 20 times, it became less and less scary. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, what am I trying to say?
Oh god.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is the more you practice something in life, even if you're really afraid to challenge yourself in learning something or experiencing something new, practice makes perfect. Well, not necessarily perfect. There's no such thing as perfect, is there?
It's just a saying that should just be changed. Practice makes even more practice.
Muscle memory, right? It almost becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
And I think I saw that in your poses too. Like in cosplay. I bet you that helps as well.
Oh yeah, for martial arts, definitely. Yeah, it definitely helps. And then for acting, there was one scene I had to do where I had to shower, but it was weird because they gave you like a little bandeau and they gave you underwear, and they wanted to put me in a thong because it had to be a silhouette.
Okay.
And I was like, no thong. You have to put. I want boxer briefs. Because it was awkward. And when they were filming, so they were like, okay, act natural. It wasn't a real shower. It was a set that was built. So
Yeah.
the water didn't drain in the tub. And then there would just be like, I would just be standing in this tub showering, and the camera was literally right here. And I was just like,
So awkward. So awkward.
And then also, not only the camera was there, but there were also 30 people standing behind this camera staring at me.
Oh god, that would be so
That's
awkward.
so
I don't know
weird.
how I could not do that. I'd just
It
be like
was,
staring at me.
super awkward, yeah.
You
But
give
that
me
was
some
probably
room,
the most
guys.
memorable experience for me. The
Mm.
most naked experience for me.
Oof.
Most naked
The
experience.
most naked experience. Yeah, showering in front of like 40 older people.
No
and they're
problem.
just kind of standing.
Rika's like, I do it all the time.
All the time. I didn't become
It
the
was
Dark Knight for nothing.
Yeah, and it was
Oh, it's
wintertime,
freezing.
so it was cold in the warehouse.
Oh
But
my
they
god.
they always had people on standby with towels and a robe and everything for you, but it's still cold, you know.
Yeah,
it
that's to
has
stop
be
it from being less cold.
Yep.
Can you do the
Yeah.
eyebrows there, Night? I know that's random, but can you do the eyebrow?
Eyebrows.
Like just raise it. I know Vanessa can. Like,
What? That is so random.
Vanessa,
What
do the eyebrow.
What?
are you-
Do the eyebrow,
Hey,
Vanessa.
The one eyebrow?
Are you talking
Like-
about
Or
like that?
both. Yeah, this.
I can't do both. It's only my right eyebrow. I could do that.
Look at her try. I'm sorry. Vanessa's here for the serious questions and stuff. I'm just here to be stupid, okay? That's
That
why
was so random. I was like, what are we talking about? Eyebrows?
I
thought
had
a
to. I'm
shower
sorry.
Scene, and now we're talking about eyebrows.
Showers to
Oh.
eyebrows, man. You never
guy.
know.
Mhm.
So do we have topics on Reddit?
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
can
I'm
talk
looking at
about?
topics
Yeah.
right now. I'm
Let's
just
do
considering
some,
if I want to ask. Okay. So I'm gonna skip over that one for now.
What are these topics? What are people saying?
No, they're not bad topics, but it depends if she wants to like talk about it or not. So okay,
Okay.
I don't know. That one's for me. That one's for me. God damn. Okay, I definitely don't want to talk about that now. All right, a
Oh.
story about something you are afraid of and explain something you had to confront that fear, but try to make it humorous. Ignore the last part,
What?
but just something that you're afraid of. I mean,
Mm,
Something that you're afraid of.
yeah,
Something I'm afraid
Phobia.
of. I'm afraid of horror.
it could be a phobia. I mean, I could
I'm
start.
afraid of playing horror games, and horror games
Or
are
you-
apparently very humorous for all my viewers.
Oh yeah, pretty
They're
much.
always fun to watch. I mean, I
Um,
personally like watching people who are scared of horror games play horror games.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. I like watching.
Oh yeah,
that.
I jump while I watch other people play. But I mean, I think like before I used to be really scared of showing vulnerability in front of people, but after streaming, I think it's a lot easier now because I can play a horror game. And I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I am the biggest crybaby in the world. I cry so easily. If I get scared in a horror game, I'll be like, just
Oh my
continue
God.
playing."
Those are
Oh
the
my
best to
God.
watch, though.
So
I'll be
she's gonna
crying
watch
like
you
a
then.
baby. I'll be crying like a baby while people are watching my stream. And you know what? There are a handful of people that will tell you to stop. The other ones will just be typing LOLs, LMAO.
Wow,
and
keep
like,
it going. Keep it going.
That'd be me. That'd be me. Yeah.
yeah. And then there'll be people clipping it, and you know, like, but it was a little bit like, oh my god, what if my real life friends see me this? What if they see these clips? Because before I used to think like, if my parents ever saw these clips, if my real life friends saw these clips, they'd be like, wow, wait, why are you so cringed? Like, why are you doing cringy things on the
100%.
internet?
I've been
You know?
doing YouTube since high school, and I didn't tell anyone about it until maybe I told one of my friends, and somehow it got out. And then I've
Mhm.
had stories to where people came up to my job asking me if I was this guy. I'm like, wait, what? And like without
No.
giving any type of location to where I lived or where I worked. I don't even work anywhere near where I live at the time. And it was like, I found that incredibly odd. And then people
Yeah.
just finding me first on the internet. It's like, oh, are you blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. It's just a very weird experience. I'm not used to it. So, because I don't go out much or at all.
Mhm.
But just having that happen the few times it did was just like, because I don't know. I was
That's
never, yeah, I was never big
I
on
would never want
telling.
anyone to know where I work or live or anything like that.
I was
Mhm.
never big on telling people that, you know, I made YouTube content because I always thought it was embarrassing and I always wanted to keep it to myself. But I've been doing it for so long now, it's like I don't care anymore. On Twitch, yo,
Yeah.
I just do whatever.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
you know, ooh here, ooh there. You know, everyone needs a good little ooh, ooh, ooh. So, yep.
Yeah.
So does your wait, so does your family understand like what you do with streaming?
Only
Or
my
do they
brother
know?
for
Funny
me.
question. So I tried to explain to my parents what I do. They kind of understand, but they don't really understand at
Same
the
here.
same time, because they I think they have a feeling I do YouTube things, but then I told them it's Twitch, and they're like, "What's Twitch?" And I'm like, because they're like Asian parents, right? But I'm just like,
Yeah.
No comment.
Twitch, like it's a live stream. They're like, and then I think I did a couple cooking streams in my kitchen, and my parents were there, but they were just like, my grandma was also over that day, and I remember she was whispering to my mom, and she was just like, "Why is she talking to her camera? Is she okay?" And I was just, and my mom's like, "Yeah, she's talking to people." She's like, "But I don't see anybody there." It's like my grandmother's like 90, right? So she thought I was going cuckoo or something while I was making dinner for them. So, I mean, wait, what was? Is that's kind of not? Does that answer the question? Sort of. But
Yes.
yeah, I mean,
That answers the
yeah,
question.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
good. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like, it's a little bit weird sometimes, but um, yeah, my parents understand, and they're very supportive when it comes to me streaming, because I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna support. I'm gonna stream these days, so it might be a little bit louder, because I don't. If you guys watch my stream, I'm always like screaming into my mic. I'm always
Oh yeah,
like,
we know.
probably very very high energy. So I was like, okay, just close your door, and then you just go to sleep. Don't worry about it. And I was like, and even especially when I stream horror games, because I scream like a little girl all the time when I play horror games, and I'm always crying, and I'm like, Mom, if you see me crying, if you hear me screaming, don't worry, I'm okay.
I just want to see your parents just bust in there. Is everything okay?
Like the police
yeah.
just burst
No, I
in.
give them a warning. I give them a fair warning, because I know that I'm very loud, and I probably sound like I'm being murdered right now when I'm
Oh
playing
my
horror
god.
games. So because I am. Well, I mean, the ghosts come after you, right? They're basically trying to kill you. It's the same thing.
That's true.
Oh my god.
So
Or even actually the weirdest thing was, because I also do cosplay on my streams. Sometimes like I have to go to the bathroom. Well, of course I have to go to the bathroom during streams, right? And I'll be in my cosplay, and my mom will look at me and she'll be like, "Did you dye your hair?" I'm like, "No, this is a wig." She's just like, "Who are you supposed to be? Are you dressing up as somebody?" But see, the thing is, my mom watches anime. My mom probably watches more anime than I do.
Must be nice.
Yeah, she probably watches. No, it's nice, and it's also bad, because
Oh yeah.
a lot of times when I'm watching anime, she'll be like, "Oh, what are you watching?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm watching I don't know, Fire Force." And she's like, "Oh, that person dies."
Wow, ruthless.
My
Wow.
mom, I don't know. I think she's trolling most of the time, but my mom is she's pretty funny.
She sounds really
Like,
trolly. That's
no.
super funny.
Did you get most of your personality from your mom, or was it like, I know that's just kind of random, but
I think a lot of my personality comes from my teammates, actually, because I spend a lot of time with my martial art teammates, and they're all trolls, they're all jokers. We all make fun of each other constantly, but it's all fun and games, right? So I think some of it, I think my blunt personality comes from my mother, but then my joking side personality and my silly non-appropriate jokes on stream probably come from my teammates.
yeah, that's fair. Me and Vanessa talk crap about each other all the time, so
Well, my humor is very like South Park, Family Guy kind of humor.
oh,
Okay.
SpongeBobby and
That's
SpongeBob.
okay. It's still good.
So, no, I get it's from people I hung out with, my sisters and stuff. Do you have any siblings?
I have one older sister.
Oh, does
And
she play games as well?
Yeah, and she also works in stunts too. But she lives in Vancouver, so she's working in Vancouver, and I work in Toronto. So we don't. She's coming back for the holidays, actually, so I'll see her in December.
nice.
Oh yeah, the holidays. Man, it feels like it's not the holidays though.
It does not.
Yeah, and this year went by very quickly for everybody, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it did. It did, and it doesn't go by faster. Just after Thanksgiving, it just zooms to the end, and then it's 2021 soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys have Thanksgiving in November. Ours is in October.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I
In
totally
Canada,
forgot about that.
Thanksgiving is October.
Oh god.
October, and then you guys have all. I don't know. I am really bad with knowing if countries have like certain holidays, but you guys do Halloween.
Which ones? Halloween? Yeah, of course we do. Halloween. Yeah, Halloween definitely. Same day as you guys.
Oh, same as okay, cool.
Yeah.
I've never been to Canada. I think I had
Oh, no?
maybe like one friend who was Canadian. Yeah, so I don't really know much about Canada. I should go though. I really want to go to
I
Canada.
am within
Oh, let me
driving
know if you're in
distance
Toronto.
of Canada. I would not give away my location or any of that, but I am in driving distance within Canada, so I'll just put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys meet at the border.
What?
Oh yeah, I know that the borders. It's kind of weird because the borders open for Canadians to go into the U.S., but apparently not for Americans to come into Canada, which is really weird.
Yeah. No, I mean that's
Yeah.
with a lot of countries right now.
Yeah.
That's with a lot of countries right
Mhm.
now because I think because of COVID, if any Americans want to go to any other countries, we got to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
and not a lot of people have 2 weeks to just stay in a hotel by
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
not
sucks.
cheap. That's for sure.
I think it goes out of pocket too. I think you have to quarantine yourself out of pocket. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Which is unfortunate.
yeah.
Hopefully all this stuff blows over soon.
Oh yeah. Hopefully.
Fingers
So do
crossed.
you guys want a serious topic, or are you just gonna keep rambling on and random topics and see where it
Oh,
goes? It's either.
What's
Either
the
one.
topic? What's the topic that
You
you
and
have?
okay, so
I'm curious. Oh, it's clearing his throat. It's probably
no,
serious.
no,
Super serious.
Okay, so how have you been able to stay sane and deal with your mental health in quarantine, and if you're happy with the way your life is today? So, how? Yeah.
For me personally, I think streaming made it a lot less lonely. I'm the type of person who actually loves being surrounded by other people and having conversations with people. So being on Twitch has definitely made a huge difference for me. Meeting people, having conversations, even though you only see text, you don't see their faces, but it's still interaction with other people. I've been in quarantine twice this year because I had to travel to Vancouver for work twice, once in March and then once recently in November. So there were 2 weeks in time where I had to just stay in my room. My parents would just bring me food, leave it outside my door. So I would literally see nobody for 2 weeks. But I was able to stream on Twitch and talk to people in voice chat on Discord. So it definitely did help a lot. Just being a streamer, yeah.
That's good to know.
I would say that's probably what kept me sane. I think if I wasn't streaming on Twitch, I probably would have maybe been a little bit crazier than I am right now.
Cabin fever would start creeping in.
Yeah, and not seeing people and not doing anything. Because I love being out all the time and like just talking to people, because I feel like everybody has their own story or something interesting about themselves to learn about.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I do enjoy it. I think I'm like a mix between being an extrovert and introvert.
Mm-hmm.
I do like being around people as well, but I also like being alone.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely need a mix of both. Yeah.
Yeah. And Riku's just Patrick Star.
No, I feel that way. Like when I'm around you guys and stuff, like it's super fun, but it's like most of the time I'm to myself anyway. But like every other time I'm talking with you over on Discord after you stream and stuff like that. I mean I enjoy all that, but I do have my moments where I do like being by myself and everything.
Everybody does though. Yeah. Everybody probably needs time to themselves once in a while, right? They say meditating is really good for you. I haven't personally tried meditating. I usually just fall asleep every time I try. But they say meditating is really good for you.
Yeah, I've only done meditation maybe like a couple of times. But that was when I was like working at like conventions, and they'll have you like standing in cosplay for like 8 hours. And then, but you'll take like breaks here and there. But depending on the costume, sometimes I just like need to sit and just like close my eyes and just like
definitely
clear my mind. And I'm
it's
just
uncomfortable.
It
is very uncomfortable.
I think I tried one time, but then I forgot while I was in that position. I just went to go do something else. Like I don't know if I tried. I don't know if I was like, am I supposed to hear something? I was like, okay, let me go play the game.
I feel like you would not be able to calm your mind. You're like a hyperactive like kid, man. Like there's no way that you would be zen enough to like meditate.
I'm not zen enough.
But also being a content creator too. I find if you're a content creator, you're always trying to think of new ideas
every single day.
Because we have to, right? Even for me I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel. I haven't really gotten around to it, but I mean, we're always trying to brainstorm, and then like you come up with an idea when you're sleeping. I feel like for 100%. Me, most of my ideas are when I'm trying to fall asleep, so I don't fall asleep. I just keep thinking of these ideas. So
oh gosh,
I think it's pretty normal. Yeah.
The idea I had for one of my YouTube videos that I don't know if you have seen me before, Xerenite, but Vanessa knows I normally have like a goatee and mustache. I shave now because
I haven't seen you like that.
Yeah. So
I remember the facial hair days.
I was actually sleeping, and one day I think I woke up. I was like, I think I should shave my mustache and see how many likes I can get on the video. And the same thing with my goatee. They loved it. Like
Really?
Yeah.
that was a
Oh.
random idea. I was like, let me see how many likes I can get out of shaving my mustache. I think within the first 10 hours, it was like at 10K likes. I'm like, you guys really wanted me to
Nice.
shave.
And
Yeah.
Riku did the whole Benjamin Button and de-aged like 5 years after he shaved it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my
Mm.
god.
I mean, I personally prefer men with the clean shave.
Okay, I'm not growing
Yeah,
my face
same.
hair again. Yeah, I'm keeping it like this now. No, I feel a lot better without it, to be
I
fair.
don't want to kiss a bush. Like it like tickles and stuff. My husband had tried to grow a mustache, and I was like, no,
He
you're
just
shaving
looks
that off.
weird with the mustache, to be honest. Like,
Yeah. Also, because my husband is like the typical Asian where they can't actually grow like a full mustache, like patches.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why you're trying. Just shave it off. My goodness.
yeah, ever since then,
But,
I just been having a clean shave. I prefer myself without like facial hair. It's not. It's like when I was in high school, it's like, man, I cannot wait to get a mustache and the beard and
yeah.
this or that. I want to look older. Now it's like I don't care about it anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's whatever.
It's less maintenance too, right? Don't you guys have to like lube? What do you say? Condition your beard and like put the oils and stuff on it.
Yeah, I didn't do all that. I just woke up
Oh,
and
you
it was
didn't do-
there. I'm so glad I just shaved it off now. It's
Okay.
Very nice. But yeah, the next, do we have another topic?
I was gonna expound more on the last one that I brought up. So,
yeah.
I know Vanessa. I've been talking to her for a while now. But as far as you, Xerenite, how is your mental health? Are you normally the one that gets depressed a lot, or do you handle it well? Are you a composed
getting
person? Or...
deep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I want to expound more on that because I talked to
Come on,
your
it's totally
sister
fine.
a lot as well about that too, Vanessa. So, and it's actually the main reason why I wanted to make a podcast because I wanted to expound more on mental health. I can't do that in my videos, so I want to do it in the podcast. If you're okay with it,
Oh
of
no,
course.
definitely. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, like I've come a long way from where I was 5 years ago. I used to be in a physically and mentally abusive relationship for about 5 years. And that was probably, I would say, the lowest point in my life where I just woke up every day and didn't want to wake up. That's probably how bad it was. And then I think near the end of when we broke up, I also lost my job at the same time because I got fired because of sexual harassment, and they ended up siding with the person who was harassing me over siding with me because he's been working with the company for a long time. So it was, I would say that's probably when I hit rock bottom. And from there, I just thought to myself, like I just reached out to as many of my friends as I could, and it was mind blowing because I didn't expect so many people to actually still support me. When I was in the relationship, I didn't listen to friends. I didn't listen to family. They all said, leave this person, take care of yourself first. And I didn't listen to any of these people. I just thought, you know what? He loves me. He cares about me. I'm going to end up marrying this guy. But, of course that didn't happen. But it was like a life-changing experience when that happened, because I figured, you hit rock bottom. Where can you go from there? You can only go up. So what did I do? I went back. I tried to get into stunts. I tried to get into acting. And that's always been my dream since I was a kid. And I never went for it because I always thought it was too difficult to achieve. It's like the impossible goal that you will never reach if you try for it. And I used to think, 9 to 5 is a way to go. I'm going to work a stable job. But then when that happened, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go for my dreams instead. And yeah, maybe I have a little bit less money, but I'm a lot happier now. So
Yeah.
before I was, making an income, I was saving up, everything's great in terms of financial status, but mentally I was a very unhappy person. Now that I'm doing whatever I want, I'm a lot happier. I can spend time with friends, family. And I think it's very important for us to realize that there's probably a lot of other people out there who are also going through something and they're not necessarily reaching out to people. And I think depression is something that's very serious where not everybody will necessarily open up about their vulnerabilities because they are afraid to be judged. They're afraid that, their friends will stop talking to them. They'll be alone. Everyone's afraid of being alone, I feel like.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, even streaming, there are some viewers who reached out to me with those topics, and I would try to talk them through it. And I don't know. I think it's just very important to try to support people, try to be kind to people because you never realize or know what that person is going through. Sometimes you might get somebody who's really toxic coming into your stream, but you don't know what they're going through in life, right? They could be going through depression. They could be, having issues with their family or relationships. So for me, I try to stay positive and kind to as many people as I can, or at least treat people the way I personally want to be treated. Because there are times, we all have like these days where we wake up and we're just like, oh, what are we doing with our lives, right? So
Yeah.
for me, I think just trying to be thankful. Be thankful for all the things that you have. I mean, I have a roof over my head. I have my parents. I have my sister. I have really great friends that support me. My community is amazing. I love my community. They're all very supportive of me. And yeah, I'm not homeless, which is great. I'm able to work as a stunt woman and an actor. So I guess what I'm trying to say is instead of focusing on the negative aspects, I try to focus on all the positives to keep myself happy, because the most difficult thing I find for a lot of people is self-love. And a lot of people don't love themselves enough. And that's why a lot of people I find are just very unhappy, because I used to hate myself when I was in that relationship. I used to think like, like no one's going to care about me. Everyone's going to think I'm stupid, or, this is the only guy that's ever going to care about me. But none of it is true. We just blind ourselves with these lies that we tell ourselves every day, right? So
especially when you're so involved in a relationship and everything, you kind of like put your all in on it. Yeah, it's definitely very like taxing mentally and physically too, because your mental health really, I think it correlates with your physical health as well. So I mean, there are times when
exercise endorphins help so much. That's probably the thing I'm affected the most by this year, because the gyms are closed. I can't train with my team because the martial arts gym is also closed, because I usually do both weights and martial arts. And I think that's what's making me feel the most unhappy this year. Well, I'm not unhappy. Like, I'm okay as a person, but it's just, I'm not used to not training so much. And when I went to Vancouver, I was able to train, and it just made me realize, how much of a difference working out actually does for you. It actually makes a huge difference in your mood and energy levels. So that's another thing. And I find it very therapeutic to work out and train. So yeah, that's another thing that might help people out.
That's a good one.
That was actually really good.
Yeah.
A lot of things
awesome,
that she said.
I'm glad that you touched on a lot of things as well.
Oh yeah. I'm fully open to talking about. Actually, I enjoy talking about stuff like this with people, because you get to hear everyone's stories, and I feel like opening up and showing your vulnerable side really helps you bond with people more so than push people away. And that's what I used to be afraid of. I used to be afraid of people judging me because I was weak. But then really, when you show your weakness to somebody, it allows them to open up to you as well. And it creates a bond that way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't really share things because of that reason. And also because they don't want to like burden their friends or like burden people. So, but I feel like, especially I feel like when you went through that, you also noticed how your friends and family were like there for you 100%. Even you were saying that you weren't listening to them, but even after that, like they were there still supporting you. So I think true friends and true family, like they don't care about being burdened or anything. Like they don't even think of it as a burden. It's more of like a trust, and I think they appreciate it more if you trust them enough to tell them what you're going through.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I found out my friends didn't care what I did, I cried like a little bitch. Like I cried so hard in front of all my friends, and they were like, "They're there. It's okay. We still care about you. We don't care about what you did. It's okay to cry. Just let it out, And it's the best feeling. It's amazing, like how people can still care about you even though you've done the shittiest things in your life. Sorry, excuse my language.
You're fine. You're fine.
You've done like the worst things, and you yourself can't even forgive yourself. But then your friends are like, whatever, it's fine. You're still you. We still care about you, So it's all good.
Oh, that's a sweet one.
No, that was a really good one.
You just need someone to tell you that it's gonna be okay. That's all you need. It's gonna be okay.
I hear that same thing from Christine. It's like, oh my God, I'm surrounded by people with the same mindset. And I find that really cool because everyone has, it comes to the same like conclusion or whatnot. I really do enjoy that because I don't know, like more so you as well, Vanessa. I just like knowing more about a person and their mindset and what they, and just how a person thinks and whatnot. So that is just really cool hearing that from Xerenite or whatnot. So yeah.
And that's what makes us like, well, I think from seeing your streams, I think that's what also makes you very likable and very like fun to hang out with because you're so open to knowing other people's stories and not just like,
Oh yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
obviously you're focusing on like gameplay and stuff, but you really try to get to know your community on like almost a personal level almost. But so with that, right? What with learning with getting to know your community on a personal level, what do you think is like the boundary? Because there's like people who will go and learn about a streamer or get to know a streamer and then kind of be like, oh, we're best friends, or like how does that, I don't know, I'm trying to like word it in a way that makes sense, but where's the line for you when it comes to being friends with your community and then getting like super close with them?
Well, I did have one person in my community that did sort of cross the line and make me feel uncomfortable, and it was really just, I guess it's it's the whole thing with needing time to yourself. I mean, I love talking to my community, but then there's times where I need to just zone out and like do my own thing, and not there when I don't stream. On days I don't stream, there's sometimes where I just don't even turn on my PC. I don't turn on my PC. I don't look at my electronics. I just spend time with my family or spend time with my friends. And yeah, I feel like when people don't understand that they need to give you space to do your own thing, that's when I personally feel uncomfortable, because for me, like if someone asked me, hey, like I'm just going to do my own thing today, just, enjoy your time doing this, I'm just going to go and do this instead. If someone can't understand that, that's when I feel uncomfortable, because at that point it just comes across as
very like needy,
almost like an obsession, because I did have one person I had to deal with in my community where it seemed like they were messaging me on 5 different platforms. If I didn't reply to one, they would send me a message somewhere else. If I didn't respond to that one, they would send me one another place, and I would be like, hey, space, please, space. I just need like a day, and if they can't understand that, that's when you cross the line.
Yeah,
and that's where I need to be like, hey, sorry, I'm just gonna press this.
I think that's like one of the hardest. I think that's one of the hardest things that some people deal with. I know I personally have dealt with stuff like that before, but I think that's also, I think people have a hard time, especially when they're in, streaming and just even the, like social media aspect. Like we share so much in social media that sometimes these people that we have never met feel super, super close to us and feel like they know us. And I think like personally, I struggle with that sometimes because I'm a very like friendly person. I love to get to know people, get to like talk to people. But sometimes I feel like sometimes my chillness and niceness kind of comes across as like, we could totally.
Yeah, they try to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you could totally come over to my house.
It's like, we can meet up here. It's like,
the line.
Yeah,
Like, no.
Yeah, so
you never know, right? That's the thing. You like, even though I love my community, but I would never give out my own address. I wouldn't give out my phone number. These are things that are just, there's people. The internet is a crazy place. There's a lot of horror stories I've heard about Twitch streamers.
I've been telling Vanessa about that for a while now, honestly.
Yeah, there's
scary.
people that like will ask me like, "Oh yeah, let's meet up here," and I'm like, "No,
let's not.
I don't even know you."
Yeah, that's happened to me too. There's I'm just gonna stop there. That's happened to me.
Let's just stop it there. We're already at the hour mark.
I'm sure, especially you and Riku, like I'm sure you guys have had those situations before, and it can be scary too. I think, wasn't there just recently some guy went into some streamer's apartment? I think that was all over Twitter. Yeah, there was like video.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
You guys haven't seen it? It's crazy. She was doing a TikTok video, and this guy comes out. I guess he like climbed up on her balcony or something.
I think I heard about that.
And like, yeah, and she ended up having to run over to her neighbors, and like luckily the neighbor was home, and so she went and stayed there and stuff.
I think I heard about that. Oh god.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah,
I
mean,
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what I mean, I have a dog. I'd probably be like, go get him or something.
Murray, sick him.
I don't know. Murray, go get him.
Use tackle.
He would just.
No, that would be really scary. Especially like for me, I think I would be more afraid for my parents than myself, right? Because I live with them, and I don't want anything to happen to them, right?
Yeah,
so.
same. I live with my in-laws, so
yeah.
That's pretty scary, but
Yeah, it's just me and my brother. He can handle whoever comes in. He's got this. No.
my brother will get him.
Oh, wow.
My goodness. But yeah, that was a very interesting topics. I'm
It
glad
really
that we were
was.
able to touch on those. I'm glad that you're so open to like
Oh
talk
no,
about these
I'm
things. I know
totally open to a lot of topics, so don't even worry about it.
So something lighthearted. Let's get into
Mhm.
something more lighthearted. What games? So the video game awards are coming up on
Mhm.
Thursday, I think.
Mhm.
Are there any games that you were excited for? Are there any games that you're hoping will win an award?
I
this
actually
year?
haven't looked into it.
Oh,
So
really?
I'm not
I
sure.
saw
I
it.
haven't looked into it yet.
And I saw Last of Us 2, and then I stopped looking at it, and then that was the end of that.
Wait, you want Last of Us 2 to win?
No, I want Final Fantasy VII
no.
Remake to win.
Wait, is Final
Oh,
Fantasy
yeah.
7 Remake
Yeah,
part of it?
If it's not,
Good game.
then
I mean,
any other
Game of the Year?
game than Last of Us 2, I would like to win.
Dang. I thought you were enjoying Last of Us.
Well, I stopped streaming it for a reason, I guess.
Oh, gotcha.
It's too scary for me.
Well, it's scary. Oh my, you're scared of everything,
One of the
Xerenite.
games
Stop
that I
it.
would never touch.
You're scared of everything. Stop it.
Mhm.
Or at least you aren't scared of bugs like me, or unless you
yeah.
are. Wait, really?
Oh no, I'm okay with bugs.
I'm not. I'm such
I
a chicken.
actually can't even kill a bug. Usually, I'll just trap it in like a cup or something and throw it outside.
I would just leave the
Aw.
vicinity. Like if I see a spider in my room, it's his room now. So he can have everything inside. Like I'm actually
What about
afraid
your
of.
studio though?
Oh no, he can have
studio?
this. Like he can, make sure you turn off the lights for the green screen and
Oh,
my
no.
my light right here and PC's right here.
Spider had a stream for you. Is
Hey
that
yo,
what
if he
you
has, the mouse is right here if you want to use the mouse to navigate the
What about
PC.
Lucas the spider?
Wait, it's pretty much. It's
Lucas
so hard.
the spider's a
Even Lucas-
cutie.
He's cute.
Yeah.
Wait, what spider? Hello?
Lucas,
Lucas
the
the spider. Have you not seen Lucas the spider?
Oh man,
I'm not gonna Google it because I don't want to throw
should I
my
be
phone.
that person that sends you this video. I don't know.
Don't
So,
send the video, but you can show it in stream, I guess. I mean, you can show it in Discord if you want. I'll squint my eyes to where I can barely see it. So go for it.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's the voice that does it though. He might still get scared of the.
Okay,
picture.
never mind. Let's cut. Done.
He's a cute little voice. That's why, and he says adorable things.
Just send me the MP3 file. That's it. I don't need to actually see him. I'll just hear the voice. Just send me the WAV file.
Oh my-
No, I'm literally a chicken IRL, dude. Like I've been startled at a butterfly flying in my face. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I just got startled because the butterfly just flew in my face. I'm like, yeah, I need to go back inside. I'm not for nature.
Oh,
I'm not
no.
for outside.
What is the butterfly?
I was like, oh, once I realized that, I got sad. I was like, oh man, is it really? Is that a butterfly? What is wrong with me? Like, I feel so bad.
Butterflies are beautiful.
Yeah, I don't mind them, but it just like I get startled easily, and it's like, oh my god, oh, it's a butterfly.
Is it just up close in your face? I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was super close to me. It's like, oh, time to go
Do
back
you
inside.
like lobsters and crabs and
Yeah, I'm
seafood
fine.
and
I'm
stuff?
fine with lobsters and
Because
crabs.
technically lobsters are just the spiders of the sea, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if you
it's
think
the
about it.
freaking furry, like the furry leg. I don't like talking about it. It's like the
can see
furry
your face
body and the
so
furry legs that
uncomfortable
gets
right
me.
now.
I don't like the fur on the spider.
I know when
I don't
Riku
like-
gets so uncomfortable, he gets like the heebie-jeebies and
I
like the goosebumps.
I die. Oh,
Poor Riku.
Okay, we can change the topic.
thank you.
Well, what time is it now? Is it almost an hour?
Yeah, it's hour 8 minutes for
Okay.
me. So if you
Oh man.
don't know
Yeah,
Xerenite,
we should probably
I
end it
normally wrap
here,
it up
but-
around an hour. So
Mhm.
plug all your social media.
Yeah, let everyone know where they can find you.
Oh yeah, so I have an Instagram account. Well, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Twitch page. I started a YouTube channel. It's kind of empty right now.
Oof.
I have a TikTok as well. It's all Xerenite. It's all under Xerenite. The only ones that are different are Twitch and Twitter because those have an underscore at the back because my name got taken. Sadly.
Oh no, don't you hate to see
You're the
it,
better
man?
Xerenite.
Yeah,
It's
but
fine.
everything
We
else
get
is
it.
just Xerenite. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Well, thank you
Mhm.
so much for being on our podcast
Thank
and
you for having me.
talking about all this cool stuff. Hopefully we can have you again on another podcast, and hopefully we can also do like a collab stream. I think that'd be super fun if we
Oh
all
yeah, for
doing
sure,
stuff.
for sure. Hit me up. Let me know.
Yeah, YouTube would be
sure.
pretty sick. So Yeah, gonna end it off there. Thank you guys. That was number
Thank
Yeah,
two.
thank you
you.
so much. It was good talking to you.